What's up, everyone? My name is Marie. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's speed build, I am building a cozy little family home in Brindleton Bay. And as you can see, I'm building it right here on the dock, or right by the harbor in Brindleton Bay, which I think is such a pretty location to build. Like, it's so much fun. You have that beautiful view over the ocean, as you can see. And it's just such a fun location. Like, it's so cozy and there's so much going on. If you play on this lot, there is always so many Sims walking by and so many pets spawning, and I think that is just so much fun. Like, it makes it so realistic and so lively and so much fun. So yeah, I was definitely having a lot of fun building this little house here on this lot. It is a family home, but it is a very small family home, so it only has 2 bedrooms. It has a bedroom for the parents and then another bedroom for the child or the teen. In my storyline for this house, it's a single mom and her daughter who is a teenager. So that's what I furnished it for, but there is also a pretty spacious office downstairs. So if you don't need a full dedicated office in your house for your Sims, if you just want to place like a laptop or a desk with a computer somewhere else, you can totally go ahead and do that, and then you can turn the office downstairs into another bedroom if you wanted to, which is a pretty spacious room. So that would give you plenty of room for a bigger family as well. That's just not what I decided to do, but I just wanted to give you the option, or just explain that you have the option to turn it into or just give the house a couple extra, or just an extra bedroom. If you wanted to do that, you could definitely go ahead and do that. But you can kind of tell, you can see the shape of the house come together. It was a lot of fun. It had been a while since I just sat down and built something without any reference, which is how I used to build, like, back in the day. Like, I used to just sit down and build, and just build from scratch without any reference pictures. But lately, I've been really enjoying using reference photos because it's just a little bit faster and it gives me so much inspiration and it's so much fun to do. But for this build, I just felt like sitting down and building from scratch and see whatever I could come up with. And this is how it turned out. And I think it's really, really cute. The size or the shape of it is not too special. Like, it's pretty simple, but I do like it. I do like the main part of the house, that middle part that has a cute little balcony. And I kind of copied that. I did that in the front, and then I kind of copied it in the back as well, but it's mirrored. But you can kind of see that there's 2 cozy little balconies going on in the front of the house and on the back of the house as well. And I think that is really cute, especially that balcony on the back of the house is attached to the master bedroom, or to the mom's bedroom, and it has the most amazing view, like over the harbor, over the ocean. It's so dreamy. It's so beautiful. I would love to have a little balcony like that. And then the balcony in the front of the house is also actually really cute. The view of the little town is also very, very pretty. You can probably tell by the way I'm talking about it, but I just love Brindleton Bay so much. I think it's such a pretty world. And if I had to pick a world to live in from The Sims, it would definitely be Brindleton Bay, because I think it's so gorgeous. But I kind of just skipped over picking the color scheme for the exterior of the house because it took me forever. I didn't know what to do. Same kind of goes for the window situation. It took me a long time to figure out what style of windows I wanted to use and where I wanted to place them, because the shape of the house, though it's pretty simple, it was definitely kind of difficult to figure out the window placement. But I figured it out in the end, and I think it looks all right. I'm always so critical when it comes to my own builds. But now that I'm looking back at it, like, I finished this house last weekend, I think, so that is probably like 4 days ago or something, and I haven't really looked at the build since. So now that I am looking back at the footage, it looks just fine to me. Like, I don't even remember what I didn't like about it. So it's just that I'm very critical at that specific moment when I'm building, but looking back at it later, I'm always like, I don't know why it was so critical, because it looks just fine. So that's kind of what's going on right now as well. But yeah, I really like the color scheme that I have going on the exterior. I picked fall colors because I'm still really in the autumn mood. I don't know, just like everyone, I think, because it's full on autumn right now and I love it. I'm living for it. So I just really felt like using an orangey brown wood tone for the paneling. I think that is just really cute, and I don't go for that wood tone or that color very often. But for this house, because I just really wanted to give it some fall vibes, I really enjoyed using it. And then I combined it with a dark gray brick. As you can probably see, and I used that same matching brick for the porch areas and for the balcony as well. And then I used a more red brick for the driveway and the walkway up to the house to kind of match the surrounding area, as you can see. I wish we had, I say this all the time, but I wish we had matching terrain paint or just tiles for the red brick that you can see in the surrounding area. Like, it's so annoying that we don't have anything that matches that perfectly. We have some bricks that match it kind of, but it kind of looks off because it doesn't match it all the way. But I just decided to just go with it because I really wanted to use a red brick. So I just went with it, and I don't know, right now it just looks fine to me. It's all right. And I guess it's also pretty realistic because not every brick, like for every house, is gonna match the actual street. Like, I guess it's kind of realistic, but in The Sims, I don't know, I just really like having things matchy-matchy when it comes to the exterior and the surrounding area. But it's just fine. I used a couple of debug fences, as you can see, that came with cats and dogs as well to just kind of match the surrounding area, as I was just talking about. And here we actually already moved on to the interior of the house. I kind of skipped over picking the color scheme for this as well because it took me forever, just like it did for the exterior. But I do like it. I just used this hardwood flooring that came with pets, and I used this this wallpaper. I think the wallpaper came with Parenthood, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it's from City Living or even a base game. I really don't recall, but I like it. It's just basic. It's nothing too special, but I do really like it. And here I did actually place down some fall decorations as well because like I already mentioned, I was definitely feeling all the autumn vibes when I was building this house. So I decided to go ahead and pretend that the mom in this house, she likes to decorate, and she decorated the house for fall just the slightest bit. It's nothing too crazy, but here and there you'll see me placing, or you'll see me place down just some cute decorations and stuff. But yeah, here you can kind of see that I was creating a little living area. I used this couch and those chairs from Eco Lifestyle. I don't really know what kind of style I was going for when it comes to the furniture. It's just a whole bunch of styles combined together, really. Some pieces are very modern, and then other pieces are a little bit more traditional, which is kind of what I was going for as well. Like, it's just a whole like mismatch of furniture items and styles, I guess, which for family homes like this, I think is kind of realistic. And I just always think that it looks really cozy. So I also mismatched the wood tones slightly. I used a lot of darker wood tones, but then I also used a couple of like more lighter wood tones in the details. So for example, you can see that the couch and the chairs have a more lighter wood tone going on, and then the coffee table and the side table and the entertainment unit are a little bit more darker wood tones. And I'm gonna place a bookcase shortly that's also in a more darker wood tone, but at the same time doesn't really match the flooring or the wallpaper perfectly. But I don't know, I just enjoyed it. I thought it looked cute, and I was definitely having fun with it. Nothing too matchy. But yeah, I was definitely enjoying that. And as you can see, I also placed down a pet bed by the front door, because I was imagining that the mom and the teen that are living here have a cat as well as a dog. And I don't know, I just like the idea of the dog sleeping on that pet bed right by the front door. But it was causing some routing issues, so I did have to size it down. Actually, I ended up placing it right there where I just placed it, but it caused some routing issues, which I thought it would, but I just wanted to try it anyway because I liked it there so much. But it did cause problems, so I just decided to size it down one so that it won't cause any more problems. So it stayed right there. It's just a little bit smaller. You will see that in the screenshots, or if you want to go ahead and download this house, you'll see that I changed it around just the slightest bit. There actually were a couple more issues with routing in this house since it is pretty crammed. So for example, in the mom's bedroom, you'll see that once we move on to the upstairs area, but when I was furnishing her bedroom, everything is pretty cramped in there as well because I wanted the bed to be accessible from both sides. So if you want to go ahead and play with two parents, you can actually do that. But it was causing some routing issues, so I just had to move everything over the slightest bit, move the plant backwards a little bit, and then it was just fine. So if you go ahead and download this house, you'll probably not even notice it, I don't think. But yeah, I just had to adjust a couple things. And then another thing that I actually forgot was I forgot to place a bin in the kitchen, which is something that I barely ever forget. Like, I forget it sometimes, but really not that often. But I did catch that mistake before I uploaded it to the gallery. So I fixed it. I placed down a bin right next to the fridge. So it worked out just fine. I was having the hardest time figuring out this layout for the kitchen, by the way, because the counters were kind of clipping with the windows, and so was the stove. So I didn't really know what to do with it, but I ended up placing it like this. And I kind of just decided to get over the clipping because it's just what happens in The Sims from time to time, I guess. And now that I'm looking back at it, it doesn't really bother me that much at all. So I guess it's fine. If it doesn't bother me, then it probably won't bother you either. And if it does, well, you can just switch the layout around a little bit. You can place the stove next to the fridge if you wanted to, but I generally don't really like the look of that, so I decided to just place it like this, and it works just fine. And you can kind of see that the counters that I used are a little bit more traditional, and then the fridge and the stove are a little bit more modern. So I was kind of thinking that the kitchen was partly renovated, just like, I don't know, the rest of the house, I guess. You'll see that once we move on to the bathrooms. The bathrooms are a little bit more on the modern side of things as well. So they probably just renovated the bathrooms and the kitchen slightly, but not all the way. So yeah, it's just updated a little bit, but not completely. And I really like the look of it. And I think it's also pretty realistic. So yeah, I was just definitely enjoying that a lot. And I really like, even though I struggled with the layout of the kitchen a lot, I really like the way that it came out. Like, I placed a couple of shelves over on that wall, and I placed the microwave underneath it, and it doesn't really fit perfectly, but I really like it. It just looks a little bit off, but I really like the way that it looks anyway. I don't know, it's just something that I was definitely very much enjoying about this house. And yeah. As for the storyline, by the way, I haven't talked about that at all. But as I mentioned, I was thinking that this house is for a single mom and her teenage daughter, and they have a dog and a cat, so they're really into pets. And for the mom, I was thinking that she could be a teacher, like a high school teacher, which I don't think is something that you can actually do in The Sims. There is a teaching career, but I think that makes your sim a professor at university, if I'm not mistaken, and not a high school teacher. I haven't played around with it too much, but I'm pretty sure that that's what that career does. So I don't think a high school teacher is something you can do in The Sims, but I just like the idea. So if you want to play with this storyline, you can also just choose to have the mom be a professor at university. But I was just thinking that she could be a high school teacher. And then she lives here with her teenage daughter, who is going to the high school that she is teaching at, which is something that happens. It actually happened to me in real life. Like my mom was a teacher at the high school where my sister and I went to. She is a French teacher. So it's actually realistic. It happens. So I liked that idea. And I don't know what subjects she would be teaching. Maybe a language would be fun. I'm obviously very much influenced by my own mother and my own life. But maybe a language could be fun. And then, yeah, the teenage daughter, as I was saying, she's going to that same high school. She could be like a sophomore, maybe. I don't think she's a freshman, but I don't think that she's a senior just yet either. So maybe a sophomore, that would be fun. And I was thinking that the daughter, she is very much into photography. I placed down a camera in her bedroom, and I also placed down a camera on one of the shelves right by the front door as well. So I was kind of imagining that that was hers. So I was thinking that she is very much into photography, but I also placed down a guitar in her bedroom. So I was thinking that she could also be into playing the guitar. And she is just creative. I don't think that she has fully figured out what she wants to do with her life just yet. Like, she probably definitely wants to go to college, but she doesn't really know what she wants to major in just yet. She's just figuring that out. She's also still a sophomore, so she doesn't really need to know that yet. But yeah, I was definitely having fun with thinking about her personality. And here I furnished this spacious office area that I talked about before that you could easily turn into a bedroom with a double bed if you wanted to. So you could have the parents sleep down here, and you could have an extra bedroom or an extra kids bedroom upstairs if you wanted to. But yeah, I turned it into an office because I was definitely imagining that the mom, since she is a high school teacher, she needs an office, she needs a place to do her work, she needs a place to prepare her lessons and grade papers and stuff like that. So yeah, I was definitely having fun with decorating this office for the mom. It's definitely cluttered, but not too messy, because I was thinking that the mom doesn't really like her office to be messy. She's a pretty organized person. So yeah, I placed that side table underneath the desk to give her a couple extra drawers and stuff, and I think that it just looks really fun and realistic. And I was definitely enjoying the fact that those wood tones matched perfectly. And of course, there needs to be a bookcase in here as well. And then I also placed down a pet bed for the cat, as well as a scratching pole right there, because I was thinking that the cat really likes to follow the mom around everywhere. And it's just a really clingy cat that likes to just stay by her side all the time and really loves hanging out in here with her when she is doing her work. Like, the cat would just be sleeping behind her and just keeping her company. I thought that'd be a really cute idea. And then the dog is a little bit more of the teens' favorite pet. I don't really think they have favorites. I think they love them both equally, but it's just like the teen, she really likes to go jogging with the dog. She really likes to take the dog on walks and maybe even take him or her to the park and do some training and stuff like that. And then the mom, she's really not that active, maybe. She just likes to hang out at home with the cat. And then the teen, as I just mentioned, really likes to go out with the dog a little bit more. So that's kind of what I was thinking for the pets. And because I was thinking that this family would have a dog, I did have to make sure to place down a bathtub or a shower tub combination somewhere, which is what I did in this pretty spacious bathroom downstairs. And then there's another smaller bathroom upstairs. And I think that I placed only a shower in there. So there's no tub there, but there is a tub downstairs right here, which would be pretty convenient if you have to bathe your dog. And since this bathroom is so spacious, I also turned it into a laundry room, which makes sense. You would need that. It's been a while since I've actually placed down laundry machines in any of my homes, but I always like it. I always think it's very realistic whenever I have the space to do it. So I definitely was enjoying the fact that I had a space to create a laundry room inside of this house. So yeah, here you can see that I moved on to the upstairs of the house. the little landing area right here is nothing special, but I was enjoying placing down those bookcases, which is probably where they would store like their photo albums and things like that, and just books that they have already read like a long time ago. It's just like one of those bookcases where you just store things that you don't use all the time, but you also don't want to throw away. Like, I don't know why, but I was just thinking about that. And then I also placed down a cat tree right here because I didn't have the space to do it anywhere else. I didn't find the space to do it downstairs, so I placed it up here in the landing area, which I think makes sense. The cat just probably likes to hang out there at night. Maybe the mom will keep her bedroom door open and the cat can just either sleep on the bed with the mom, or they can sleep like on the cat tree or in the cat tree. I don't really know how to say that, but I just thought that that was a cute idea. And here you can see I am decorating the mom's bedroom. It's pretty cramped. As you can see, I was already thinking that there would be a couple of routing issues, and there were, so I couldn't get my sim to get in the space between the door to the balcony and the bed. So I had to move the bed slightly over, and the nightstands and stuff as well. I had to move it slightly over, but it fits perfectly right now, and there's no issues. So if you don't know this house, you probably won't even really notice the difference, but the difference is there. I also had to place the plant right there a little bit further back, but I did that, and I made sure that everything works perfectly. So yeah, I was having fun with the color scheme in here. I barely ever use this yellowish or beigey toned wallpaper because I think it's just, I don't really like the color that much for some reason. But for this bedroom, I actually did really like it because I liked it combined with the wood tone of the hardwood floor, and I liked it combined with the gray furniture and the gray curtains in here. So it worked out perfectly. It was a lot of fun to just step out of my comfort zone for the color schemes a little bit for this build. But that was already it for the mom's bedroom. It's nothing special because it's pretty small, but I think it's a lot of fun. And here I was figuring out the layout for the teen's bedroom because I really wanted her to have her own desk, of course, because she needs a space to do her homework and just sit down and study. So I'm pretty sure that I also gave her a laptop. I don't remember correctly, but I think that I gave her a laptop. I'm pretty sure I did. And I really like the furniture style in here. It's definitely a mixture of mismatched furniture items, but I was just enjoying that a lot actually. And I like that I placed that mirror just slightly against the window as well, because there is not that much space in here. So I didn't really have the space to place it freely, but I don't know, I was just imagining that she really, really liked that mirror. She probably found it somewhere, or maybe at a secondhand store or anything or something, and her mom would be like, that mirror is way too big, it's not gonna fit into your bedroom. And then the daughter would be like, no, but I like it so much, I really want it. And then they would just take it anyway, and then she would just find a way to make it fit. And I just really like that little idea behind the mirror. I don't know why I put so much thought into placing a mirror, but I did, and I was definitely having a lot of fun with it. But I cluttered up her desk a whole lot, and I did give her a laptop, as you can see. So there, I placed a camera on there as well, and just books and some other knickknacks. She's just a messy teenager, I was imagining, and I really liked that. I thought that was a lot of fun. And I liked the dresser as well. It definitely doesn't match the rest of the furniture in this bedroom, but I just think it's really pretty. I barely ever use that dresser, and I should use it a little bit more often because it's just so pretty. I like it so much. And then you can see that she's really into animals. Maybe she drew those animal pictures herself. I thought that would be a cute idea since she is such a creative person. Like maybe she just likes to draw from time to time as well as take photographs. So maybe she was in a creative mood one day and she decided to just draw herself some animal pictures to put up on her wall. I thought that'd be fun. And here, this is the front balcony. I turned it into a little skill building area. I placed a chess table, and then this is the balcony attached to the mom's bedroom, and I placed an easel on this one, and also a chair since the view off of this balcony is just so pretty. It's just the most amazing view. So I figured that the mom just really likes to sit down on that chair on her balcony and just look over the ocean. Yeah, I just thought that'd be really realistic and fun. Definitely something that I would do in real life anyway. But yeah, this was already it for the interior of the house. I didn't actually record the upstairs bathroom, I don't think. But it's just a really basic bathroom. It only has a shower, toilet, and a sink, and it's just nothing special. So I just didn't record it. But here I moved on to the back porch. I turned it into, or I placed down a nice dining table with a lot of chairs so they could have family or friends or their neighbors over for dinner and just grill up some food. And on the back porch, I also made sure to place down a little couch to hang out and enjoy the view over the ocean. And then here is a little area where I placed some planters. And then I also made sure to place a kitty litter box on the back porch, as well as a box for the pet toys as well. And then I also placed down the flower arranging table and the woodworking table to have a couple extra skill building items. I thought that'd be nice for gameplay. And then I just made it look a little bit prettier out here with some extra flowers. I placed some sunflowers and stuff. And I made the front porch look a little bit prettier as well. But then that's already going to be it for this house. So you can definitely download this little family home off the gallery if you want to. My username on the gallery is Simmarysims. You can also follow me on Instagram and on Twitter if you'd like. My username on there is Simmarysims as well. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next build. Bye!